on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we are reviewing the LEGO Monster Fighters Haunted House from 2012. This is one of the most rare and expensive LEGO Monster Fighters sets that they have ever released, and it originally retailed for $180 back in 2012, and it came with 2,064 pieces. Now, first things first, this set does not come with all these extra minifigures. I just have those displayed just to make it look more vibrant. Here is what the actual house looks like and everything included with it. I think the first thing that we'll go ahead and take a look at today is the front gate. It is a very simple build. I think it's one of the first things that you build in this set, but it does still look nice. It's got some some like ladder pieces off to the side. There's like various masonry bricks, and it looks really nice. I like it. It's very simple, but it does get the job done, and I think it looks great. You can see some stones, and you can also close the gate and open it like this. Looks great. It's just a simple gate though, but it does add a decent amount to the set. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's actually get into the part everybody cares about, which is the actual Monster Fighters Haunted House. This is probably one of my favorite Halloween sets that they have ever released. The exterior of this is very iconic. What I especially like about this is the sand green color scheme of the exterior, and you can see like there's some masonry bricks, which is supposed to like indicate like, you know, some weathered down walls to where like, you know, the kind of the paint is peeling, and you can see this more run down haunted house. There's also this really nice chimney build right here off to the side of the house. You can see more weathered bricks as well as some boarded up windows. I think the exterior details in this set are really what makes this set shine. You can see more boarded up windows on the top floor and even more of these masonry bricks, and I just love the look of the outside of this haunted house. It's very iconic. It reminds me of like classic Scooby-Doo haunted houses kind of. And then if we take a look at the roof, there's some open space to pose some minifigures on here, and there's some like small arm pieces right here that you can actually clip the ghosts that are included in the set on it. And then if we look at the second floor, we're able to see some more boarded up windows. You can actually open up this guy right here. You can open the shutter and you can see a nice sticker piece right there with a kind of worn down curtain. And then we've also got, it's very hard to see, but there is a spider web inside of this window off to the left here, which looks nice. And there's some room to pose some minifigures on this balcony too. Very nice details. I also especially like what they use for this kind of roof here. It's very simple how they accomplish this, but it still looks great, and it's impressive how it holds up almost 10 years later. Very impressive building techniques on the exterior. There's also some dead bushes off to the front of the house and towards the side. And probably my favorite part of the exterior is in the porch. They have this really interesting building technique where they have these zombie heads as some of these pillars, which is unique to this set, and I really like it. It really makes it stand out. There's also some weathered downstairs and more boarded up windows, of course, and you can see a few studs so you can pose minifigures on this kind of front porch here. It looks very nice. I am very happy with what they did here. If we look off to the side, we're able to see more of those kind of worn down curtains, more masonry bricks kind of showing, you know, wear and tear, as this is supposed to be like a very old and ancient house, I would imagine. And we've got some steps leading up to the side entrance right here, which will lead us into the kitchen, which we'll look at later. So here's one last look at the exterior of the haunted house. It looks really great, and it's very impressive that it still holds up 10 years later, and it remains one of my favorite LEGO sets in my collection. But there is also what's cool about this. There's a full interior. It kind of is like a dollhouse where you're able to kind of like fold it out like this, and you can see a nice interior. It looks great, though it could be a little bit better, but I still do really enjoy the interior. It's split up into 3 different floors, as you can see right here. And the first one we will look at is the first floor. This is the entrance marked by the front door. You can see a small little staircase off to the side here. There's also some like loose planks and just like some concrete, and you can see like more kind of worn down walls here, which looks really nice. And then off to the side, you can see there's like, looks to be like a little mouse hole right here, which is cool. And then I think this first room is kind of boring, but I do still like the small details they do include. There's also a fireplace with a printed ship in a bottle piece, which I believe to be exclusive to this set, which looks really nice. And you can actually fold this fireplace in like this if you wanted to close the house in to have it displayed on the exterior. Next to this, we have the kitchen, which is also pretty simple, but you can see like a few more worn down pieces right here. I really like that kind of a rundown look that they've got. They've got this gray spider web, which I haven't seen in any other sets. And then there's a very basic kitchen. It's more got like kind of like a witch's feel to it. There's some stones on the ground and just like, you know, a lot of run-down areas, and this is actually the side entrance right here that we looked at earlier. Part of the kitchen setup includes a few bottles, and I like the cauldron with the snake inside of it, and we do have the small oven. You could fit something in there, so that's cool that it is able to open up, and then there is a small window by the cauldron, so while you're cooking you get a nice view of the outside, which I assume is probably very gloomy, but anyway, moving on to the second floor, we can see the kind of spiral staircase continue up into Lord Vampire's study / his bedroom. This is actually the same room, it's just split up by the middle of the house. There's a little spider right here, and what I love about this floor are the portraits that they have of the monsters from the Monster Fighters theme. So not included in the set, but it is a reference to him. We have the werewolf from another Monster Fighter set, and it's a nice little sticker piece representing him, which I like. And then onto the side here we have some of these windows off to the corner and some more masonry bricks kind of depicting how run down this house is. It's almost like it's been abandoned for years, and there are a few tables with some more bottles. You can see a nice little desk for Lord Vampire. You do get a small envelope included, but I seem to have lost mine, and there are a few windows off to the side too. And here is where the front of the house is. You can kind of see there's space for a minifigure over there. The more interesting part of this floor, though, is probably the bedroom. There are more portraits. We have one of the mummy and, of course, of Frankenstein's monster, which looks great. Both of those are sticker pieces, and both of these minifigures are not included, but I thought I'd throw them in here just to give you a little comparison, just side by side with the portraits. Also included, very interesting, this is a printed piece. It is a minifigure heart inside of a glass display case, which I thought was neat. And then we also have this small closet, which looks big enough to fit a minifigure inside. You can't really, though. It looks like the regular minifigures are a bit too tall for it, but what's kind of creepy, I don't know if this is intentional, you can fit the the small minifigures inside here, kind of. You have to kind of push it in there. But we also, moving on, we have the bed, and there is no mattress on this. It's kind of like, again, continuing with the rundown look, and then we have this skull of a deer on top of the bed, and then we have two of these candles / lamps, and then we have the only green part of the set that's not dead is the small plant, and then we have some more portraits here. We've got the zombie bride and Lord Vampire himself, so very nice. I do wish those were prints, but I feel like they didn't really do printed pieces as much back in 2012. Anyway, though, moving on to the final part of the interior, we have the third floor, which is able to be accessed through this Technic pin on the outside of the house. What you do is you can pull this Technic pin out, and what this does is it kind of drops down this ladder so you can reach the attic, and you're able to fold out the ladder even more just like this so that a minifigure could access it. Here is what it looks like all folded down, I guess, and what's cool is you are able to, of course, fold it back up and put it up on the third floor too, so that you can actually see the second floor. And here is a brief look at the third floor. We have a nice window towards the center of this room, and then we've got various accessories and some shelves. I like the knight's helmet that's kind of inside of this big barrel. We've got some various containers and other just spooky decorations. We also have the sticker piece, which is a newspaper, and it's very nice how they have that. And then there is a chest over here with a top hat. So I don't really like the attic as much. It is still cool, but I feel like the other floors are definitely a lot better in my opinion. I mean, it is an attic though, so you can't really expect too much from it. Anyway, the other half of the attic has this small glass chalice, as well as some more shelves, some more bottles. You can see some of the boarded up windows from the exterior that we looked at earlier. And there's various accessories like this musket, and we also have a skeleton skull. And there is a bone inside of this glass container, which looks pretty cool. I love all of the kind of random artifacts that they have inside of the attic. And then we also have this vintage record player, which looks really nice. They use a paleontologist hat for the thing, for part of the record player. And then we have a sticker piece saying music and zombies. And then we have this other little bin off to the side here, which has another newspaper. And then you do get another record here. This one is Monster Rock. And then we can see more of those kind of shelves that also act as scaffolding for the roof too, so that it's actually stable, but they double as shelves too. And overall, the interior is great, but in my opinion, it is not where this set shines. I think the second floor is probably my favorite out of the 3 floors of the interior. Really where I think this set shines is the exterior, and I love that color scheme for it as well too. You are, of course, able to easily fold it back in like this to have it displayed, and you do get 6 minifigures inside of the set. You get 2 ghosts. You get the Zombie Chef, who is exclusive, Lord Vampire, Lord Vampire's Bride, and the Monster Butler. And Lord Vampire and his bride do have alternate faces. Nobody else does, unfortunately. And then here's a look at the back printing for some of these minifigures. Lord Vampire and his bride are not exclusive to the set, but they do go for a decent amount. However, the Monster Butler is the most expensive minifigure here, averaging about $24, and we have the 2 ghosts who go for about $10 over on Bricklink. That's average sold prices in the United States. And overall, I really like this set. Like I said earlier, it really reminds me of like something you'd see in like Scooby-Doo, which makes this very nostalgic for some reason, but I think it's overall a very solid set, and I am very happy with this. It's impressive to see how much this has held up 10 years, actually 11 years later, as usually I feel like LEGO sets that are this old seem to show their age, and they aren't able to hold up as much as the recent iterations, because the recent LEGO sets have much more elements that they have used, and there's just so many more details they're able to accomplish. But this is one of the few instances I feel like where this set truly has aged well, and honestly, in my opinion, I do like it better than the most recent Haunted House. I don't know what it is, call it nostalgia, it probably is, but I just really like this set. I think it's the green color scheme, I think, and it's just got that classic Haunted House look to it. It is a very expensive set though, so it's not easily obtainable, but I do prefer it to the LEGO Creator Expert Haunted House, which I don't have, so I can't really speak to how good this is compared to that, as I don't own the other Haunted House, but in my opinion, I think this one is better, but the other one is still a great alternative. It actually does retire at the end of the year, so if you do want that one, go ahead and pick it up. However, for this set, though, my final thoughts are I think this is a classic Halloween set, probably the best set from the Monster Fighters theme, and I easily give it a 10 out of 10. It remains one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time. But that is all for today. Let me know what you think of this set. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.